Welcome to the on-demand presentation of the Sage ACPAC Warehouse Management System. Please remember that this presentation is an overview of standard features of WMS. It is not intended to serve as the sole basis for any purchasing decision. Sage ACPAC WMS is a real-time warehouse solution which integrates with either Sage ACPAC or Sage Pro ERP. It is modular, so as your business and warehouse grow, you can add the features you need to the system. It offers instant, bi-directional integration with the sales and purchase order modules of your ERP system, ensuring that inventory will always be in sync. Sage ACPAC WMS offers process management to reduce operational costs through more efficient use of space, increased accuracy, and boosted efficiency. Orders created in Sage ACPAC or Sage Pro are received or picked using Sage ACPAC WMS's wireless handheld system. The quantities received or shipped are then uploaded back to Sage ACPAC or Pro ERP. WMS also gets inventory item information from the ERP system and sends back any adjustments from inventory cycle counts. Sage ACPAC WMS comes in 3 packaged editions. The 100 level is the entry level and contains all of the modules commonly used by smaller warehouses. As you grow, you can advance to the 200 level to get support for multiple warehouse zones, lots, serials or expiry, kitting, and so forth. Step up to the 500 level for such advanced functions as container receiving, RMA, or cross-docking. Best of all, if you only need to add a particular feature and aren't ready to step to the next level, each module is also available separately. The WMS system consists of 2 main pieces of software. The first, RF Base, allows us to define the rules for bins, picking, allocation, and many more. It also controls the wireless handhelds used on the warehouse floor. The web dispatch portion is primarily intended for warehouse managers and shows active orders and their status, receiving, incidents and process monitoring, as well as reporting. To run WMS, you will need a few pieces of hardware. You'll need access points to provide wireless coverage in the warehouse. You will also need wireless terminals, either handheld or mounted at a station or on a lift truck. Finally, you will need 1 or more label printers for bin, product, and shipping labels. With Sage ACPAC WMS, you can improve your warehouse processes by maximizing picking efficiency, better use of slotting and warehouse space, and a better idea of your real-time on-hand inventory. Now, let's see Sage ACPAC WMS at work. Now let's have a look at receiving using Sage ACPAC and Sage ACPAC WMS. You'll notice that there's a new icon on the Sage ACPAC purchase order screen for WMS order entry. So we'll enter here and put in a vendor number. Next, we'll enter a line item. We'll just select from the list. Let's select a desk notebook. And next, we'll set up the quantity ordered, say 45. And we'll add another line item just so it's not a super simple order. And we'll add a desk calendar. And we'll order 25 of those. And we'll post this order just as normal to Sage ACPAC ERP. We don't need to print out an order confirmation. Next, we'll go over to web dispatch. This is the tool that is normally used by the warehouse manager. In this case, we're looking at receiving. And you'll notice that we have one order that's in the not received status. So let's drill down into that order. And there's a little bit more information about the order, including the vendor number and PO number. And if we drill further down into the PO, we can see the line items, the desk notebook for 45 that are ordered, and the desk calendar pad. And we can further drill down to the item level and see the quantities that we currently have on stock and the statuses that they're in, which bins they're stored in, whether there are any that are waiting for letdown, for example, or if there are any open purchase orders for these items. Now let's switch hats for a second and pretend we're on the warehouse floor as a receiver. So we'll log in to the Handheld. This is a Handheld emulator that we're using here, but the screen looks very similar on the Handheld. We'll select receiving, and there are many options, but we're going to select regular receiving from a PO. We would enter or scan the PO number using the Handheld. You could add more orders to the wave, but in this case, we're just going to start receiving this particular order. We'll enter a packing slip number, call it P1, and then we'll scan the object to be received first. In this case, it's desk notebooks. There are 1 per pack, and we're going to be putting away 45 packs. We don't need any additional labels at this time, so we'll skip that. And you'll notice that it's suggesting which bin to put them away in, but we can put them in multiple bins. In this case, let's put it in a different bin. Let's put it in a storage bin, and we'll put all 45 of them into there. Next, we will scan the next item on our order, the desk calendar pad. Again, we have 1 per pack, and we have 25 packs, and we don't need labels. And again, it will suggest the bin to put this away in. This time, let's put it away to the suggested bin, and we'll put all 25 there. Now our order is complete. It's been received, so we click continue, and we go back to the web dispatch. So now with the warehouse manager again, you'll notice that the order no longer appears on the receiving screen. But if we go into the reports under inventory and look at the product inventory report, we can look at desk notebook, for example, and you can see that the total numbers on hand have changed appropriately. So this has already been uploaded back to ACPAC. ACPAC has the correct inventory at all times because WMS tracks it in real time. The last step is to enter a receipt. This is again the same process with a slightly different icon. We're going to enter the vendor number and then select the appropriate PO that we want to enter a receipt for, in this case PO 37. And you'll notice that the line items come up with the quantity received already entered. So all we have to do is post this order. And the receipt is posted in ACPAC. It's that simple. So the receiving process for Sage ACPAC, you can tell, is very simple and very straightforward. Next, let's have a look at using Sage ACPAC ERP and Sage ACPAC WMS for shipping. You'll notice that some additional icons have been added to the order entry module under OE transactions. First that we'll select is WMS order entry, and we'll enter a customer number. In this case, we'll use our good friend Mr. Ronald Black. Then we will add a line item to the order. We will select from the pick list, and we'll pick a fluorescent desk lamp. For quantity ordered, we will choose 20, and we'll add an additional line item from the pick list, desk notebook, scroll over to quantity ordered, and for this case, 25, and let's just add one more line item. Again, we'll go to the pick list and select a halogen desk lamp, and in this case, we only need 5 of this item. Now let's post the order. It's order 71. We don't need a confirmation. Now let's log in as the warehouse manager to web dispatch. Okay, we'll go into the orders section and we'll just give it a quick refresh. and you'll see that we have one order in the unallocated status. So let's drill down into this order, and we can see that we have the customer number. It's Mr. Ronald Black who's ordered it on today's date, and we will drill into the order itself, and we can see the line items and the ordered quantity. And we can even drill further down to the item level and see the total quantity on hand, amount on open purchase order, and the amount on open sales order. Okay, now let's go back, and you'll see that the order is in unallocated mode, which means that no inventory quantities have been specifically allocated to this order, and each line item is the same way. Now we will allocate items from inventory. We'll accept the default options and click Submit. And we return to the order screen, and we've now allocated the items from inventory and reserved them for that particular order 71. You can see that this is now in ready to wave mode. We'll drill down once again into the order, and you can see that each item has been allocated a quantity and a bin to be picked from. So if we didn't have enough quantity on hand, we would get an error message here. Now let's wave the order to send it to the floor to be ready to be picked. Again, we'll accept the default options, click Submit. We'll give it a second and then refresh the order screen, and the order is now in waved mode. So now the pickers on the floor have access to it. So let's put on our picker hat and log into the WMS Handheld as the handheld user ready to pick the order. So we'll select number 4, Pick and Pack, and then number 1, Picking, F9 for all zones. And at this point, we would scan the pick ticket for the order that we're about to pick, in this case, order 71. The handheld will tell us that there are 3 lines on this order with a total of 50 units. We can now confirm the order. This is the correct order that we've selected. And if we chose, we could add another order to the wave. But in this case, we're just going to pick the one order, so we'll click Start to continue. You'll notice the handheld now directs the picker to the pick bin A1B1 and asks them to scan the first item, the fluorescent desk lamp. So let's scan the item, and then asks you to scan the carton into which the item will be placed. We'll put it into carton 15, and we'll put all 20 items in that carton, and then it would direct the picker to the next bin. But while he's walking there, let's have a look at this from the warehouse manager's perspective again. Let's go back to the order screen, and we can see here that the order is in being picked status now. And if we drill down into the order, we can see that the first item, the fluorescent desk lamp, has been picked, and we can see that the other items are still waiting to be picked. So the warehouse manager can see in real time the pick status of each individual order. This is a very powerful feature of Sage ACPAC WMS. So let's go back to being a picker. We'll scan the next item, and this time we'll put it in carton 16, and we'll put all 5 of this item into that carton, and then it will direct us to the next bin, A1B8, and we'll scan the desk notebook, and we'll put that into carton 16 with the halogen desk light, and we'll add all 25 of those. We could assemble a next wave to pick here, but in this case, we'll just click No to continue. Now, let's move back over to the web dispatch and look at the order. It is in ready to upload status, and if we just wait one more second, that order has now been uploaded into ACPAC. So ACPAC has information that says this order has been picked and shipped. Our last stage in the shipping process is to generate shipments in ACPAC itself. We could select a particular order number and we can generate an invoice, but in this case, let's just process all of the orders and generate shipments. Now, ACPAC will run through and check for any orders that have been shipped using WMS and prepare shipments for them. Okay, and we can see here that our shipment number 68 has been generated for our order 71. And that completes our look at the shipping portion of Sage ACPAC ERP and Sage ACPAC WMS. Now that we've had a look at receiving and shipping using Sage ACPAC WMS and its integration to Sage ACPAC or Sage Pro ERP, let's have a look at some of the other features of Sage ACPAC WMS. This is RF Base. This is the program that controls the wireless handhelds. It also allows us to set up options such as bin rules, for example, bin location, which warehouse the individual bins are in, what items can be stored in which bins, pick order, and so on. RF Base will also allow us to set settings for users and interface, for hardware, and some for custom reports. Under the process, we can set up our company settings, as well as options for inventory, for allocation and waiving, rules for picking, shipping, and some advanced functions. The 8 windows down here show actual wireless handhelds. In fact, in this view, we can see up to 40 handhelds and what's going on each screen in real time. This allows the warehouse manager unprecedented control and knowledge of what's going on in the warehouse. Okay, over in Web Dispatch, we've already looked at orders and we've already looked at receiving. So now let's look at incidents. Incidents allow the warehouse manager to enter notes for a customer or for a particular order, or just some information about picks that are coming down the pipe. It's an additional means of communication between the warehouse manager and the people on the warehouse floor. Under monitoring, we have options to look at activity for various orders, what orders have been in allocated status, waived, picked, shipped, and uploaded, the number of lines of transactions, number of picks, receipts, shipments, cycle counts, replenishment such as letdown and fill bins and adjustments, as well as information that has been uploaded and downloaded using the link to our ERP systems. Sage ACPAC WMS also has very robust and customizable reports. We have reports for picking, for receiving, as well for shipping and inventory. We have some reports on forecasting, which become more powerful as we collect data over time. We have performance data, such as the cycle count reports, activity and inactivity monitors, velocity by bin and top 100 reports on items, and so on. We also have the miscellaneous reports, such as Assemblies Manager for kitting, bill of lading, any shipping errors, adjustments, and cycle time, and so on. In addition, we have custom reporting. We can add reports in XML or customize any of the existing reports in XML, or we can do ad hoc SQL reports on ACPAC WMS database. Over on the handheld, we have a couple of functions that we haven't gone into in depth yet. So let's just log back into the handheld and see some of these options. We have some overstock functions, such as direct moves. We can do replenishment by letting down stock or filling bins as well. We've looked at picking and packing and shipping, and we can do cycle counting by date, by product, by bin, or do a full count of all items. It also allows ABC counting. We can also do label printing of many types. We can change the printers that particular labels print to. We can print content label for cartons, bin labels, license plates, or overstock labels. In conclusion, Sage ACPAC WMS offers a real-time inventory management system which is tightly integrated with Sage ACPAC or Sage Pro ERP. WMS is modular and configurable and can be set up to meet your business needs and to grow with your business. So don't wait. Get your accounting and order entry in sync with your warehouse today. How long can you afford not to?
So what's next? If you would like to get more information on how this product can address your critical business issues, you can contact your local solution provider. If you do not know who your local solution provider is and you're an existing Sage customer, then you can call 1-877-237-5786. If you are not currently using Sage software product or you're a customer for Simply Accounting, then you can call 1-877-237-5790. On behalf of Sage Software, I'd like to thank you for previewing our products.